And we're back with Let's Play Final Fight. And we're on the west side, not to be confused with the east side. And we're still Hacker. And we're at a restaurant, kicking some Mad Gear ass. Now we're fighting Doug, Jay, Bread. What a great name. But in all honesty, we're coming up against an Andor and an Andor Jr. You know, maybe Andor Jr. is supposed to be the big show, who knows? I don't know if he was a popular wrestler at the time of this release. The game was released, I should say. Drinking a beer at 4:46 in the morning. I can't sleep, so I'm doing part 2 right now. And then I'm going to record more footage for another game. And probably go back to bed. Kicking ass for flying through this level, not too badly, you know. And look, it's the backstage maze from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Probably the inspiration for it. They borrow from a lot of games. But anyway, we'll get to Scott Pilgrim when we get to it. I love Scott Pilgrim. Alright. I guess we're in the bar area now. You can see there's all kinds of like old-timey looking bottles and stuff back there. Yeah, those old Elgato enemies are kind of annoying. They'll do like a ground slide move. I'm not quite sure how they do it, but it can kind of catch you off guard. Usually when those fat enemies show up, they usually run from off screen and charge you, and it's sort of hard to dodge. If you can jump in the air and kind of do one of Hager's air attack moves, you'll be okay. But usually you're dealing with other enemies. Another strategy is if you're comboing an enemy and you grab them and you do like a grab move like that right there, what'll happen is you have sort of an invincibility animation during that time, and you should be good to go. And then Andor will stop in front of you like he would have if he had hit you, but he won't have, and you can take him out. Now, one other thing they took out of this game for this port is the scene transitions, like right there, and Andor actually ambushes you from behind and knocks you unconscious, and then they throw you in this pit, right? That's in the arcade version, and some like more true arcade ports of this game, like on the Sega CD and stuff. So the game kind of makes a little bit more sense in that respect. Like at the start of the game, Hager will actually walk down the subway steps to go to the subway level, and they have those in the Final Fight 2 and 3 SNES exclusive games. They added some stuff like that back in to make it more true to the original, but they cut that out here, I guess, for, you know, space limitations on the cartridge, and I don't know. Nintendo was kind of balls in that respect. They stayed with the cartridge a lot longer than they probably should have, and they lost some third-party support from Square for that, and that's why Final Fantasy VII ended up on the PlayStation as opposed to the Nintendo 64. Not that there's anything wrong with cartridges. I mean, load times are virtually nil on cartridges, so I guess that's why they stayed with them. And Nintendo likes their proprietary software and hardware, so whatever, man. Now we're on the main streets of the west side, and we're fighting the faux transvestites again. Billy and Sid, who still could be confused with, you know, transvestites anyway, so I don't know why they changed it. We're coming up on the boss, Eddie E., a corrupt cop, and if you pick up his chewed gum, I think it heals you fully. So, I don't know, and the fact that this boss isn't that hard, but I think I get owned here anyway. Every boss from this point on will kind of hide behind minions, not that they didn't before. I don't know. You know, I guess Batman was right. You know, criminals are a superstitious and cowardly lot. Gotta get my Batman reference in. Yeah, he's not too bad. Once he gets in the red, as you see, he ran away from me, and he tried to shoot me from afar. That'll come into play later in the last boss, but we're not there yet. Anyway, he was pretty easy, and I didn't die. I was wrong. This level's where shit gets real. Oh no, wait, that's later too. This is by far the longest level in the game. And I started with 2 lives, so I was kind of sweating here. I was like, oh man, I don't think I'm going to get through, but as you'll see in the end of this video, we do. It's because the boss in this area is kind of like another Andor style, but because of the invincibility animation that he has, and the fact that he charges at you like an Andor more often than the Andor enemy, makes him really hard, and he's hard to grab too. And grabbing moves are where you do a lot of your damage, so you gotta be careful of that. If you're lucky, we'll talk about when we get there. This level is long though, and this level, each section, for the most part, you'll fight all the enemy palette swaps. Like, we just fought all the Dougs and Breads and whatever his name is. Now we're gonna fight all the fat enemies that charge at you. Bill Bull and, you know, G. Orber and Wong Hu. Bill Bull. Rubs lotion on his skin or else he gets the hose again. That was Buffalo Bill, but still, close enough. Yeah, you, the point system, the scoring, I think you get more points for like grab moves, and you get less points for using weapons. So if you're grabbing enemies and doing something like that to them, you're going to get a lot more points, and you're going to end up with a lot more lives, which help you in the long run, because the game at this point gets a lot more less forgiving, I mean, and some slowdown. Yeah, this game pushed the limits of the system when it first came out. There's quite a bit of slowdown in this game. It doesn't really hinder you too much, but I found when I was playing that sometimes my button presses wouldn't go through because of the slowdown, and that's a pretty rare occurrence for older games. Almost forgot to pick up the barbecue. I thought more enemies would spawn, but you also get points for picking up items, and I managed to break 2 of them right there. You got a pizza. I don't know why I picked it up then. I should have waited, just in case I got hit here, like so. Yeah, the drum cans, they hurt a bit. They're not too hard to dodge. I was just sucking it there, you know. So, Jake, that's his name, in the blue. Jake the Snake. Yeah, I don't know, maybe that's another reference to old wrestlers past. Who knows? This game has a lot of references to stuff, like the GNI reference I mentioned earlier. This level's so long, you actually start at daybreak, I believe. And you end at daybreak again, so Hagar or Cody, whoever you're playing as, they fight for 24 hours. Maybe 12 hours. 24. So they're that badass. They don't need sleep. You know, Jessica's been kidnapped and shit just got real. The enemies are pretty, you know, relentless here. Look, Kiss. I don't know if that's a reference to the band or just a kiss, because there's lips there too. Welcome to the dirtiest bathroom you've ever seen in your life. Who knows what's behind those stalls? You don't want to find out. Now they introduce Big Slash Brawl. I don't know why they did this on purpose. I guess they were just trying to make hard enemy placements, but you're showcasing that your game recycles sprites way too much. I don't know. I guess that's a beat 'em up thing. Like if you play Maximum Carnage on the SNES or Sega, when you start that game, you're fighting the same, I'm going to call them homeless people, because that's what they look like, or, you know, subway flashers, for, like, basically the whole level. And, the enemies don't change all that much in that game, and you fight the same bosses over and over again. At least this game had unique and interesting bosses. Like, you didn't see that much, like a corrupt cop, well, at the end of this level, we fight a wrestler dude, kind of looks like a drag queen, or who knows. Maybe, I don't know, since they're in a gang, they think it's punk to be effeminate, who knows, but whatever. Teach their own, right? So now we're fighting Axel and Slash at the same time, and maybe if we're nice to them, they'll put on a concert. Also, the music changed when we walked into the bathroom to a more upbeat tune, and I think that's pretty cool that they don't recycle music as much in this game. Capcom was pretty good for that. Well, they were very good for that. I mean, if you play the Mega Man franchise, the music in most of the Mega Man games is some of the best music on the consoles that they were on, back in the 90s anyway. Mega Man X on the PS2 and stuff, not so good. But Capcom as a company, you know, I think they haven't aged well, and they're making bad business decisions for the hardcore gamers, not so much. Well, no, they're making good decisions for the hardcore gamers too, I guess, because they're putting out a lot more competitive fighters. But you know, we started with Mega Man. You know, I'm 25. I love me my Mega Man. I want to see another, you know, X game in the style of Mega Man 9 and 10, where they you know, they built. I want them to build like a 16-bit engine from the ground up and make a completely new Mega Man X game in the style of a Super Nintendo game. That'd be pretty sweet. Mega Man 9 was awesome, and Mega Man 10 was sort of a cash-in, but it was also pretty good. You know, it didn't have the same charm as Mega Man 9, but it was good for what it was, and it was good to see him back in his roots, you know, not on a 16-bit or 32-bit, or sorry, 128-bit, I think the PlayStation is. Yeah. And the voice acting in Mega Man 8 is atrocious. I mean, Dr. Wily. But back to this game. We're getting pretty close to the end, I believe. Another 4 minutes for this part. Yeah, we're fighting Hollywood and, you know, the Elgato enemies. They're the stereotype enemies in this game. They throw knives. They actually, those Elgato ones, they come from the sky, I guess, and they can really fuck your shit up if you're not paying attention to where their shadow appears. Hurts quite a bit, and you know, I just threw a knife. Yeah, it's Haggard Street, you know. But they're not, you know, they're not in too much trouble. But fighting the same enemy palette swaps in a row, especially like a moderately difficult one like Elgato or Hollywood, pretty difficult, honestly. I'm not doing too bad right now, but the shit hits the fan in the next part, really. Dodge my attacks, random bastard. It's really random, the health that the enemies get. Well, I don't think it is random, but it looks random. Like, sometimes you'll fight a J, 2 J's will come on screen, won't have that much health, and then, you know, that J will have more, and then, like, a third one will come, and he'll have, like, a health bar that's bigger than yours. And it's just really weird. I don't know why they did that. Just to make it so the enemies didn't die as quickly, I guess. But it doesn't really change the difficulty of the game all that much. And the enemies are going to pile on you either way. And that guy just flipped out of existence right on. Like, look at Toopy. He had a green health bar. Like, why? He's one of the first enemies you fight. And Jake, too. Instead of having, you know, palette swaps, they could have had different enemies with different health, but whatever. And we see the Statue of Liberty, or what should be the Statue of Liberty. I don't know if Metro City is a real place, but I doubt it. So, apparently, you know, Metro City is somewhere in Manhattan. Or, you know, nestled all the way down there. Kind of like Gotham City and Metropolis are near New York. And after these guys, we come to the boss, I believe. And he's probably the hardest boss in the game. And this is actually the second last level. There's a lot more parts to this Let's Play than there should be, because, like I said, the shit hits a fan later, and I didn't pick up that... Oh, I did. Why would you get the barbecue? You get more lives. There's Abigail. This is the first boss we see with a white health bar, and like that, it's gone. So you're like, oh my god, how much life does purple give you? See how much damage he does? He does more than half your health, and he can also pick you up and just throw you like that. I don't know why it hurts so much, but he has a big health bar, and we got him in the green now, so we're not doing too bad. I was really worried. I thought I was going to get game over here. I actually recorded this. This is the second time recording this LP, because the first time I kept getting game over at this guy. I remember being a lot better at this game than I am. I don't know if it's because I haven't played it in a while. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older and my reflexes are getting slower. Who knows? I'm only 25, so I'm not exactly too worried about it. But this guy just kicked my ass the first time I recorded this LP, so I did it again. I did not edit out deaths in this one, but I may have to record the last boss fight again because I'm using fraps and it really fucked my shit. So there's the last boss. This is the end of part 2, and we'll see you in the 5th level, Uptown.